Hey, what's up guys? John here and welcome to Inside the Solo episode number 27. Today's episode is a continuation of last week's episode number 26. We're looking at Back at the Chicken Shack by Jimmy Smith. It's a blues in F. The guitar solo is played by Kenny Burrell. We got through the first chorus in the last episode. Let's get through the rest of the solo. Here's a bit of what it sounds like. So some great blues phrases here. We left off last week on this part that was on the G string going 8 to 10. 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10. And that's this here. And he kind of falls off that note. Then you walk up pentatonic scale into this blues lick right here. So that's... So you're basically just sort of sequencing up this scale. You start out with your third finger on the 10th fret of the D string, and then go to 8 on the G, then back to 10, then back to 8. So you're just... And then you continue that idea going up the scale. So 10, 8, 10 on the G string, then go to the B string, and 9, 10, 9. So just building the momentum up. And then you finish with that bluesy double stop lick again. So that lick would be 8 on the high E string and 9 on the B string. You play those two notes together and just lift that second finger just a little bit to get this bluesy sort of inflection, like. And then you put your third finger down on the 10th fret of the G string. So you've got. Then he sort of continues on that same idea. He repeats it. Then goes up higher. So everything is always like continuing the last phrase. And a lot of my favorite jazz musicians and improvisers do this. Is it's not just a bunch of licks strung together. It's actually a conversation that is going back and forth and picking up on the last phrase. And so one of the ways you can actually get into that is by, if you play something, just immediately play it again and then build on that. So this is an example of that. So we'll play that same lick again with a different ending. We'll go like that. So we do. This time I'll go to my first finger on that 9. So instead of... Then we'll go. So see, I went to my first finger there, and then I'll bend on 11 on the B string, come down, and then go to 9 on the B string. And then you can kind of pull that note as well. So just to get that bluesy. Next lick. It's just these simple pentatonic phrases, but the rhythm is so good. So we'll start with our second finger on the 10th fret of the G string, bend up 11 on the B, come down, 9, and then 10 on the G. See that? Woo. So then he goes back to that double stop. So that's 10, 8, 10, 8, 10, starting on the D string. Love that little phrase there. 10 on the G string. Then use your third finger, slide from 11 to 12 on the B string. And then play 11 on the E string. And it's just a short little phrase there. It sounds like Miles Davis. So, then you go. Then you got another blues bend on 11 on the B string to natural. Then you go down to pentatonic scale, and Kenny does this a lot. It's just, I don't know of a lot of other players that do it. I'm sure maybe there are, I just haven't discovered them yet, that do this line. It's really just pentatonic going down, but it has a very specific rhythm, and then he'll end with the root, like 1 and, that again sounds very Miles Davis, like Miles Davis would do that, just like come out and hit the root note, with the cool rhythm. So that's going down here, 9th fret of the B string, 9, 10, 8, 10, 8, 11, 8, 8. You hear this in like Chitlin's Con Carne as well. And then you go to these double stops. Okay, so this next lick, I go to the 4th position, and I play these 2 notes here. It's a little double stop. You're going to lay your first finger down and cover the B and the E strings on the 4th fret. And then you're going to walk, and you can kind of rake it, like it's this idea where you mute the strings, and then you let up the top notes that you're playing there. So yeah, maybe that was a little too rock, just slightly. Okay, so you do the rake into this double stop, and then again you go down pentatonic. Let's see. Yeah, so it goes all the way down to the C. Then back up to the root. So let me show you those notes. So it's a double stop, and then you've got 6 on the B, 4, then go to G, 5, 3, then go to D, 6, 3, then A, 6, 3. And then you're going to finish by going to the root note F there, which is the 3rd fret on the D string. So here it is. One more time. Oh, I love this lick. This is so good. So Kenny does this a lot. And really, it's like an F5. It's a little dyad here. You've got the root on the 6th fret of the B string, and then the 5th on the 5th fret of the G string. And you can slide in. And you could do it like this, or you could go, just moving the one finger. I do that a lot, I think, just with the one finger. I posted a video, it's called 3 Kenny Burrell licks. And this is part of one of the licks that I talk about that he actually plays in all blues, but he's using a lot of the same devices in his solos. So you just go, and you could do, it almost sounds like Johnny B. Good, right? And then again. Then we got the pentatonic stuff, which is those 2 notes. I switch to my 2nd and 3rd fingers so I can lay my 1st finger down and get 4, 4, 6, 6, 4, 4. then back to those two notes. So you get really cool pentatonic sound in fourths. Woo! Then we go. Big line. Yeah. Let's see. It's a tricky one. So we're going to start out with that same lick. And then we're going to go down pentatonic scale again. And then once you get down to the C note, you go back up. Then when you get to this note, you slide from the 4th to the 5th, making it kind of blues. And then play 4, 6 on the B string, 4 on the E string, back to 6 on the B string. So that whole lick is. Next lick. So this is just pentatonic on the E string, 6, 4, then B string, 6, 4. Then you go 4 on the E string, 6 on the B string, 4 on the E string. So you go da, boo, da, dee, da. Another longer run. So his runs here are getting a little bit longer towards the end. So it's built like at the beginning of the solo. He's kind of just playing shorter phrases. And then now he's like got this long. Like, so that's. So that lick starts on the 3rd fret of the D string, and you go 3, 6, and you're walking again pentatonic scale. This is F minor pentatonic. To the 6th fret, 3, 5, 4, 6, 4, 6. Now when you get here, he adds the blue note, like the blue scale. So that would be 4, 6, 4, 6, 7, 6, 4. So we've got, and then you come down. Again, just the same notes you went up. Pentatonic scale, 6, 4, 5, 3, 6, 3. And then you slide from 4 to 5 on the G string. Put your first finger down on that note there on the 4th fret of the B. So then you go 5, 3, 5 on the G, 3 on the D string. So that's a long phrase. Let's see. One more time, just get the. Yeah. Then you got this phrase. That's. Love that lick because it uses the 6. So we've been hearing a lot of pentatonic. And then he goes to that 6, which is like a B.B. King kind of blues sound. So that's 3 on the B string. Notice that note's not in your minor pentatonic scale. That's what I'm talking about, the 6th of the scale. So 3, 1, 3, 3, 1, 4, 3, 1, 4, boo-da-dee, boo-da-dee. And that's kind of like what we played earlier. So we go 4, 1. Let's see. Yeah. Dee da. Then you come up one string. 1, 4, 1. Dee da da dee da. So dee da da dee da. And then you go down to the root. Then our last lick. So this is like a blues scale here, starting on the 4th fret of the G string. You go 4, 3, 1. Then 3, 1 on the D, all the way down to that C note again, and then you come back up. Pentatonic scale, so 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. End with the 2 root notes again. That's such a common thing you hear in jazz all the time. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you made it through this solo, great job. There's so much in there. Take your time with it. Work on these phrases. Even if you just get a couple licks, it's going to help your playing. And then practice these over an F 12-bar blues. You can literally take some of these licks and drop them in. For more licks, you can click on the link below and get a free PDF of over 100 pages of licks and exercises over major, minor, and dominant chords. It's a book I wrote called Melodic Expressions. You can buy it on iTunes for $15, or you can get it in the link below for free as my gift to you. Make sure you're subscribed. If you want to follow along with me on Instagram, you can at John MacLennan and the other sites out there. Also, stay tuned. We're dropping new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We've got lots of other Inside the Solo videos as well, so we'll see you in the next one.